In this video, we're going to be talking about NIO. This is an update video on NIO. Absolutely one of my favorite EV players. One of the companies that I firmly believe in long term. These guys are a major player. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to look at their stock chart, kind of look at overall trend, compare NIO to Tesla, XPeng, and see how everything kind of looks. The stock has definitely been a little bit volatile as of late. But right before I went on, obviously the NASDAQ and the Dow are both having incredibly bad days. I believe the NASDAQ was down over 300 points today. So NIO is down just a little bit today. Overall, we're going to go look at that. So that's what we're going to be covering, as well as I'm going to give you a news update related to NIO, specifically some opportunities they've got looking forward and what the overall outlook is. I will also give you what I think the stock's going to be trading at approximately 1 year from now. So we're going to cover all that in today's video. If you're new here, please remember that this video is for entertainment purposes only. My name is Austin Hilton. I'm a 30+ year investor, and I'm building this YouTube channel, this family, if you will, because I want to help you basically be more successful in the stock market and make more money tomorrow than you did today, and just help you navigate these waters. That's why I bring you these update videos. I bring you a bunch of different types of videos, penny stocks, momentum stock tips, as well as I am starting to do a ton of crypto coverage analysis. So if crypto is something of interest to you, I break down different cryptocurrencies and tell you which ones are good and the good ones and all that kind of stuff, and bring you news around those. So if any of that you care about, consider subscribing, become part of the family, and please drop a like on the video if you would. Really helps the video, helps the channel, helps me to help more people. All right, so let's talk about NIO. What is going on? Well, as of late, the NIO stock has been moving up and down a little bit volatile, a little ups, a little downs. NIO absolutely reacts to what the overall market conditions, being one of the bellwethers, in my opinion, just like Tesla, in the EV space. They are going to react to market conditions. It is what it is. It's going to happen, and that's just something you need to be kind of aware of going into it. But overall, again, I view these stocks as long-term investments. I'm not too concerned about minor price adjustments in the short term. I'm looking at this as a year, 2, 3, 4 year out stock. So what I think this stock is going to be worth approximately a year from now is north of $60+. I think that that's a very conservative estimate. I tend to want to be on the more conservative side. We'll go look at tip ranks here in a minute. In fact, we'll look at tip ranks first to see what they think about it, what the analysts think about it, and see if that syncs up with my expectations. And honestly, I haven't looked at tip ranks in a while, so I'm kind of curious to go look, see what the analysts have if they've readjusted their NIO scenario. So let's do it. Let's go take a look at tip ranks. Then we'll jump into the chart, and then we're going to look at the piece of information I got for you. Here we go. So as I mentioned, we're going to go to tip ranks, and so I didn't even have tip ranks up whenever I started creating the video. So I'm literally going to it live right now. And so, hey, wow, shocking. The analysts and I actually agree almost to within 4 pennies of each other, 4 cents. So the NIO forecast across the analyst scenario, so we've got 10 analysts covering it, 7 buy, 3 hold, average of $60 price target inside of a year. That's a 61% upside, not bad return for your money. You can see that it's a May to May time frame. We've got highs, averages, and lows, and high of 81 averages and lows. Okay, so here's what the analysts are saying. Oh, well, we're getting an ad. That's funny. I don't know why we're getting an ad when I'm a premium member. Okay, if you want to pause the video, you can. I'm not going to go into each one of these guys, but you can kind of look at, if you want to pause and check out, like who's saying what, feel free to do that. But I guess I want to get moving on to the rest of the content. So again, feel free to pause this if you want to just kind of, spend some time looking at who's reiterated, who's new, initiated, things like that. Okay, so, but again, we are in agreement. Shocking. Okay, so let's take a look at what is going on currently. Now, look here, guys. For those of you guys who are like, oh man, the stock's down, it's not doing really great. My 2 cents on that would be the NASDAQ is down 324 points today. And look at where we're at with NIO. We're only really down about a little under 6%, which is not overly bad as it relates to the overall market conditions, okay? With the Dow being down 270, NASDAQ being down 320, not bad overall, okay? In the 5-day chart, we're down 8.5% a little bit. 1 month chart, we're down 5, and 6 month chart, again, we're down about 1, okay? So It depends on who and what type of investor you are. I'm a long-term investor in NIO. I consider this to be a buying opportunity. Okay, I don't look at this as all negative. It's all, the sky is falling scenario. This to me is a buy opportunity to pick up more shares of NIO if you fundamentally believe in EV, in NIO as a company that's going to continue to execute and continue to evolve as one of the top EV players, things like that. Okay, that's really what you have to kind of answer, have to come down to is what do you think about that? So overall, it looks like from a charting standpoint, we've got to get really, let me take a look really quickly. $40 is kind of our next support resistance line, not a support, excuse me, our next resistance line, okay? If we can get above 40, I think that we're kind of off and running a little bit, and we've set really as our support level in the $35 range. So, we may or may not hit that today, depending upon how the rest of the day shakes out, but we've got really strong support at that $35 level. And I think that our next level of resistance moving forward, moving up, is that $40 range, and we need to get above that. So before we move off, I want to compare this to Tesla and XPeng and just overall show you, okay, so real quickly, the dark blue line on the very bottom right here is NIO, this yellow-orange line is Tesla, and this kind of aqua middle line is XPeng. So you can see that, again, these stocks shadow each other. That's my word for it. The stocks kind of, they shadow. They all kind of move in the same trend line. So the reason I like to look at this is that I look at this from the standpoint to make sure that they're all kind of there together, right? If NIO was just going down, and XPeng and Tesla, as an example, were going up, then they'd be going, okay, whoa, we got some serious problems here. But no, they're all down. When they're all down, they're all down. When they're all up, to put it bluntly, okay? So we're looking okay, and again, it could be a scenario, depending upon what your objectives are. This is potentially a nice buy opportunity at these levels. Okay, so let's look real quickly at this article. Okay, so real quickly, navigating the chip shortage and more reasons to potentially buy, kind of in the vein of what I've been talking about. So deliveries did dampen slightly month to month, 7,100 units for April, as effects of the chip shortage are being felt. We already know Q2 deliveries are guided to 21,000 to 22,000, so that's what their guidance is on Q2. Q1 financials showed surprising strength in vehicle and gross margin, pointing to an ability to increase operating efficiencies at scale amid headwinds. And key developments in European expansion, increased value in offerings in power and services, and capacity expansion at NIO Park all reinforce a positive outlook. Okay, so let's real quickly, this is the chart I wanted to show you right here. So you can see right here, this bottom chart, it shows improved margins. I am a huge fan, obviously, of improved margins, but you can look at and see how they've improved it over time. You got Q2, Q3, Q4 respectively of 20 and very incremental nice movements, and Q1 21 we definitely improved operating margin, and kind of look at where we were at in 2020 Q1, we were negative 7.4. Okay, so we've had a massive dramatic turnaround in margins. And right here is vehicle deliveries. You can kind of pause the video if you want to look at it and kind of dive into that. I don't want this video to be too long, so I wanted to continue to keep going, okay? But the long and the short of it is that it's absolutely looking like it's moving in the right direction. I know we had a little bit of a bag and mixed results on the earnings for Q1, but again, margin looked good, and things look like they were kind of moving in the absolutely in the right direction. Okay, right here, Q1 financials were solid. NIO seeing 20.2 growth in revenues quarter to quarter. They did miss just a little bit. 15% growth in deliveries. I think they were 10 units off of what they were supposed to be delivering. And revenues from the 100 kilowatt battery upgrade also were strong. So some of the strongest reports of it came through NIO's margin profile, aided by battery upgrades and NIO Pilot uptake. Higher deliveries and average sales prices, I love that, continued to push vehicle margin up to 21.2. This is the highest NIO has seen and the highest between the peers. I really want to stress that. I like XPeng too. I own XPeng, guys, but NIO's margins are just awesome compared to their competitors. They really, really do look good, okay? Gross margin rose to 19.5. right there, and from Q4. So I'm doing this just to get through this, guys, to make sure I get everything covered for you guys, and I don't want this to be a 20-minute video. Improved operating leverage stemming from higher deliveries as operations continue to scale and average sales prices. That's pretty cool. And here we go. Higher battery as a service uptake. Yeah, that's one thing I always want to really point out. I think that, again, NIO is absolutely differentiating themselves with their battery as a service scenario. Remember, I say this in every video. It reduces the cost of the car. It helps to get more people into NIO cars. Also creates a continued revenue stream, depending upon what option they take, of a monthly revenue stream that goes into NIO as the battery as a service. Okay, so some key developments and potential risks. NIO sees that its supply chain is still facing a significant challenge due to the semiconductor shortage. I believe in a previous video I talked about the fact that May was going to be maybe one of their one of their worst months related to the chip shortage, and they had talked about they were going to be coming out of the chip shortage in Q3 and Q4. So just FYI on that. The manufacturer has seen some positive developments in play that are important for future success. Awesome. They're moving into Europe, so they've teased that. Now it looks like they're absolutely moving into that. So it's NIO Norway launch on May 6th. Design Center R&D presence in Munich and Oxford. That's really pretty cool. Norway to be the first stop in NIO's global plans. They're following Xpeng to the Norwegian market, because yep, I knew that Xpeng had moved into the Norwegian market first. Then they're going to go into more European countries, and then again they are talking about coming to North America, guy. That is in the next few years. There you go. That's the first kind of clear delineated bit of information I've seen related to kind of when they're coming. Okay, NIO Power, NIO Service are two of the ways that NIO is developing infrastructure, increasing customer utility. Okay, I'm going to wrap up there because those are some key things that I wanted to cover. And again, I don't want this to be a 13 or 14 minute video. I want to keep this right around 10 minutes. This is meant to be more of an update video, looking at the price, looking at the chart, kind of a current state of the union. It looks like, again, NIO's got some significant opportunity ahead of them moving forward. We're getting positive momentum. I think we're coming out of the semiconductor shortage. Q3, Q4. If I remember correctly, those are looking like their guidance is going to be okay moving forward from Q3, Q4 from the standpoint of the chip shortage really not being an issue anymore, and we're maybe looking to kind of move out and to kind of get started and get some positive momentum moving from that. We looked at what the analyst thought, $60. I think it's a $60 stock inside of 12 months. We're looking good. We got to get above that $40 level. Let's look quickly and see where we're at on the chart. So right now, again, we're still kind of at 37.40. We've actually improved just a little bit. So with all that said, as I always say at the end of all my videos, go make some money, and let's just make more tomorrow than we did today. See you in the next video. Take it easy. Bye.